The original True Grit brought John Wayne his only Academy Award in 1970. Now the Oscar-winning Coen brothers have made their own movie version of this classic Western novel. Matt Damon co-stars as a Texas Ranger searching for the man who killed a 14-year-old girl's father.
I will throw in with you and your marshal.
No. Marshal Cogburn and I are fine.
It'll be to our mutual advantage. Your marshal, I presume, knows the territory. I know Cheney. It is at least a two-man job taking him alive.
When Cheney is taken, he's coming back to Fort Smith to hang. I'm not having him go to Texas to hang for shooting some senator.
It is not important where he hangs, is it?
It is to me. Is it to you?
It means a great deal of money to me. It's been many months' work.
And Matt Damon joins us this morning. Good morning.
Morning, Harry.
I remember we did an interview and you had that mustache. So what was that for? And you said you were making a porno or something.
Yeah. It was. It looked like a porn stash, definitely.
Talk to me a little bit about, do you even remember the first movie?
No, you know, I never saw the first movie. I'm probably the one guy in America that missed the first movie. And when they called me about this one, I went out to get the movie and they said, actually, what you should really do is read the book. And, and that's, you know, that what they were interested in doing was a very faithful adaptation of the Charles Portis novel. And, and the novel was real. I mean, it's just a phenomenal novel, and I'm surprised that I missed it. And this should be in American classrooms. It's a really wonderful American novel.
Hence the sort of the language, and the languages that we heard in the little clip there, the way they spoke to each other. Those words are taken literally off the page.
Which was a great idea that they had. They tried to use as much of what Charles Portis wrote as they could in the adaptation, and boy, he just had such an incredible ear for dialogue. It's just really beautiful writing.
The thing that's interesting also, though, it's the Coen brothers, so everybody tends to anticipate a Coen brothers movie with something like blood and gore or mayhem of
somebody
some sort.
in a wood chipper.
Or exactly, you know, Fargo meets.
Yeah, well, they said on this one their default setting was classical. You know, they really they loved the book, and they really wanted to honor the book in the with the film, and which I thought was a great way to go. I'm really proud of the movie. I wouldn't change a frame of this movie, and I have only felt that way about one other movie that I did.
Which was?
The Informant.
What's interesting about the way you play this guy is he's a bit of a fanciful Texas Ranger who's quite in love with himself and quite in love with his job.
And can't figure out why everyone else isn't.
Because he hasn't done doodly squat.
Yeah, it's a great character, and really fun to play. He's full of himself and kind of a windbag and just doesn't stop talking. And we talked about, you know, I did a movie in '94 that Tommy Lee Jones directed, and Tommy Lee is somebody who not only, I mean, I'm a great admirer of his body of work, but he's somebody who on the set he's just fun to listen to. He knows a lot about a lot, and Joel and Ethan had worked with him on No Country for Old Men. Obviously, great performance of his in that one, and so we had him as a common frame of reference. He's from West Texas. This guy's from West Texas. And I said, well, what if the guy was similar to, you know, kind of Tommy Lee, but unlike Tommy Lee, didn't have anything really worth saying. So he's all style and no substance.
We used to say in Texas, all hat and no cattle.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so that was kind of our jumping off point with the character.
So the Coen brothers make a family Christmas movie. How, you know, go figure. The other things I want to talk to you about, because you had 3 films out this year. You have 3 films out next year. And didn't your wife just have a baby?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How'd you work that out?
Yeah, well, actually, I ended up taking about 6 months off this year. So last year was really the busier year for me. And this year, after we finished filming this in June, I didn't work. So so I was around for all of the 3rd trimester and the birth and everything. So that worked out well.
So is that 4 kids you have?
That's 4 kids, yeah. That means no sleep. Is basically what it means.
And little ones, a lot of little ones running around. Last but not least, the other thing we talked about one of the last times that we had a conversation was the Liberace movie. Which is supposed to star Michael Douglas.
That's right.
Does that feel like it's going to?
Feels like it's on track. And it's certainly Michael's game, and yeah, everything's going great on that front. And I just emailed with him last week, and you know, signed it. You know, your boyfriend. So he's we're ready.
We can't wait. want to see the love scenes. Matt
I'm
Damon.
sure Catherine and my wife Lucy do too.
They just want to watch. Matt Damon, always a pleasure.
Larry, thanks a lot.
Great to see you.
All right,
pal.
always.
You bet.